Hello, welcome to YouTurn Consulting's initiative, Expat Mental Health Matters. My name is Niti Gupta. I'm a psychotherapist and a counselor. I also am an expatriate. I have been out of my home country, the country I was born in, India, for over 2 decades now. In the last 20 years, I have lived in a few countries around the world. And currently, Singapore is home. It has been quite a ride so far. Satisfying and exciting in some parts, but lonely and stressful in equal measures. I want to talk to you about emotional, social, and physical well-being of the expats. We will look at the unique challenges faced by people living abroad. The announcement of moving abroad is usually followed by congratulatory messages from our friends and family. Living in a foreign land sounds like an exciting title of an adventure tale. The adventurers, or the main characters of this tale, are known as expats. So, in simple terms, an expat is a person who lives outside of their native country, and besides refugees and asylum seekers, people move from their home countries for the following reasons: to look for an adventure, to boost their career, to further their education, or in search of a better life, due to relocation of current employment, and finally, for love. That is, to support their partner's career or to be with their partner who lives in a different country. There are plenty of advantages or the perks of living in a foreign land, such as discovering a new place, the culture, the food, history, entertainment, higher earning potential, better lifestyle and educational opportunities, international friend circle, and some relief from the family expectations. I am seriously thankful for not having the obligation to attend birthday parties of countless second cousins. So there are adventures and advantages, but scratch the surface and we find that struggles of expat life are in plenty as well, such as separation from family and lifelong friends, work-life imbalance, adjustment problems, job uncertainty, limitations of residency permits, dependent visa status, and resulting employment restrictions, culture shock, language barriers, losing our personality in translation, lack of a social life, and transitory nature of expat friendships. These struggles, which are easy to ignore at first, grow into real problems and can quickly spiral downwards into feeling empty, depressed, or anxious. Research shows that expats are at double the risk of mental health conditions compared to people who never move abroad. Double the risk. That's quite something. Although the choices of us expats might seem outwardly glamorous, it can mask pain within. While our social media feeds show the best bits of expat life, the highlights, the awards, the happy days, the adventures, it's rare to read and see the difficulties many expats experience. If you're feeling disillusioned by the reality of your so-called glamorous life, please know you're not alone. If you've experienced the feelings of loneliness, isolation, anxiety about future, disappointment, loss of direction, loss of identity, homesickness, or lack of worth and purpose, then please understand that your feelings are entirely valid and are felt by many, if not all expats. While this type of mental state is common amongst expats, it is not normal, and it can place tremendous pressure on the relationships and family dynamics. As we struggle to cope, many of us expats choose not to reach out to our friends or families back home because we do not want to shatter the idea of our fancy lives, and we do not want our families to start worrying about us. Other reasons why many of us do not reach out is that we do not think that others will understand or relate to our lives, or we can be ashamed of our mental weakness. In absence of a robust social network, we expats might resort to coping mechanisms which are not the safest. Sometimes, to cope with the feelings of loneliness, isolation, and stress, some of us self-medicate with alcohol or other substances. Some of my close expat friends have done that, and I'll be honest, these actions did give them temporary relief, but soon enough, the underlying issues got aggravated, and they landed with a range of new and more serious problems. To make things worse, the invisible nature of mental health challenges and the privileged status of expat families can act as a barrier to the open discussion of such issues. We may assume that we have no right to feel the way we are feeling. and nothing could be further from the truth. So the question is, what should people do? Should people willingly leave their home countries ever? And the answer is, of course they should. Some of us are super curious and adventurous people. We have a zest for life that drives us to embrace new ways of living. However, it is essential that we are realistically and adequately prepared for our new life abroad. I'm going to briefly tell you about some strategies that make it easier to manage our expectations and prevent some of the negative experiences we may encounter. If I had the privilege to list out every strategy in full detail, video would have to be an hour long. So head over to YouTurn's website and social media handles to read more. The first and most important strategy is to know that feeling overwhelmed, lonely or depressed are normal. Living in a foreign land is not a bed of roses, and talking to your family, friends or a therapist openly about your feelings can bring the much needed sense of relief. The second strategy is to invest in developing new relationships. In my clinical work with expats, one problem that is repeated over and over is of loneliness. To overcome loneliness and to form new relationships, we expats have to boldly and intentionally look for opportunities to meet like-minded people. After work get-togethers, networking events, school coffee mornings, hobby classes, attending organized social gatherings, or volunteering our time to support a worthwhile cause are effective ways to form and increase one's social circle. Also, it pays to be bold and strike conversations with people we meet in our condos or approaching long-lost connections without over-analyzing the situation. The next strategy of exercising can seem like an extra chore, but besides the obvious benefit of keeping us in good physical shape, exercise has several other advantages, such as release of feel-good chemicals and opportunities to meet new people and explore your new environment. Next strategy, join expat groups on social media. Facebook and other social media sites host several such groups where expats share day-to-day information. These groups frequently hold meetups where one can find meaningful friendships with people in the same boat. The next strategy might be difficult, but it is an important one. Reconnect with your partner, regularly setting aside time to have honest conversations and also some fun with our partner can help us avoid growing apart. Moving to a new location changes a person, so we need to keep reconnecting with our ever-changing partner. Cultivating a new passion or hobby is another effective way to give our life a new sense of meaning and satisfaction. Next strategy has highest return on investment. Learn the local language. This can help us acclimatize and immerse ourselves in our new environment. It can give us a chance to meet new people, feel intellectually stimulated, gain confidence, develop a sense of purpose, improve our job prospects, and enable us to engage more with local people. See, highest returns. The last strategy I have for now is to remember that asking for help is never a sign of weakness. It's evidence of self-awareness, courage, and strength. Relocation is a time of significant change, and this can be a trigger for feeling unsettled or unstable. In a new country, we have to be more self-aware and recognize the signs of not being well. Depression, anxiety, or other problems affecting the ability to cope are common within the expat community, and being proactive or seeking counseling can be of great support to get through such times. In the next episode of Expat Mental Health Matters, we would be discussing specific issues of trailing wives. That is, the women who move abroad to support their partners' careers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. At YouTurn Consulting, we believe everyone deserves to become the best version of themselves, and it starts with you.